Hey y'all, hey, how you doing? Please tell your lovers and friends that Precious had to get on here and do it again. Okay, so I'm driving and a word, like a message just dropped inside my soul, and I'm like, oh yeah, it's time. This is for God's kids. Do your big one, baby. Do your big one. Because right now we're in a place, the world is yours. This is your time. This is what it was all for. All the years, all the isolation, being by yourself, being told you were crazy, being put on medication, being tired, being treated different, being pushed to the back, having to hide who you are, having to downplay who you are to make other people feel comfortable in your presence. And the only people who can understand what I'm talking about are the people that this has happened to. I'm not talking about the fraudulent, the fake, the frauds who try to stand in your place pretending to be you, claiming the names of claiming your titles, right? Walking around claiming to be who you are. Oh, I'm a prophet. I'm a this, I'm a that. But we already know they're walking around trying to wear our titles and wear our names. We're the ones who know. And the way that you know that I'm talking to you, like I said, you were set aside. You would say to people, you know, something's not right. Because you could see stuff coming before it would happen. And you could see stuff coming. You know, I don't think we should trust that person. Then they would treat you like you were crazy. Oh, you're crazy. You don't know what you're talking about. And then for surely that would happen, right? So let me just give you a little bit of background to where I'm coming from. I need a little sip of this water. People think that I don't care about certain things. And it's not because I don't care. I don't say this to try to put myself at a place above, because I'm not above anyone. Like I said, this word's fallen into me too, where I'm like, oh, so it's just time for us to all just step into who we are, reclaim those titles. We don't even got to fight for them. You don't even got to fight for your title. That's the thing. You don't have to fight for it. All you got to do is step into who you are, because they can't pretend anymore. So let me give you just a little taste of what I'm seeing. Because like I said, the way that this works for me, sometimes it's hard to put it into words because I'm seeing it in colors and pictures and right. So for a long time, people have been trying to wear your essence. People have been studying you. They've been trying to wear the way you move, the way you talk, the way you speak, so that they can misdirect those blessings to themselves. But the reason why they were able to do that is because we were quiet and we were in the back. It's really easy to not be able to see who the real person is when that person behind closed doors has been made to be quiet. That person has been made to be quiet. That person has been stilled. So when other people walk into the room, they don't know that you're the boss, because you're in the back. You're in the background sharpening pencils, but you're the boss. Imagine somebody coming to your office, right? And you're in the background and you're over there copying paperwork and you're doing the work that you hired people to do. But because you're so humble, because you're so kind, because you know that God elevates you, that you don't have to be the loudest in the room. You could sit in the back. You could sit in humility. You don't have to stand in the front to claim anything, because you already know, because of who you serve, right? Because of who you serve, because of who you are. I tell people all the time, I don't have to fight for myself, because I bent my knee so long ago, because I'm on my knees, right? Because I'm on my knees for the Most High, because I bent my knees to the Most High, The Most High stands up for me without me even asking. Let me put it like this. Some folk, thank you, God. Thank you. Some folks was trying to speak on your name, but they couldn't do it because the people who can see you for real, they spoke up for you when you weren't even there. You didn't have to be in the room. God already communicated who you were to these specific people before you even got to the room. Because you're so quiet and you in the back and you don't want to stand out, because you already know what happens to you when you stand out. You've experienced this since you was little. Like I said, people think I don't care about certain things when they come and they try to tell me about these small, minuscule things that we, and I'm talking about all of us. I'm talking about God's kids. I'm talking about us, the seasoned ones. Okay? I know there's a lot of newly woken up kids, and I love and appreciate all y'all, because just like God said, right? Just like it says in the word, it doesn't matter if you got here first or last, you still get to enter into the promise and you still get the fullness of what God offered. But right now I'm talking to my seasoned God's kids, because I know we're at a different level of tired than the youngins. The youngins that are just coming into this, and when I say youngins, I don't mean age. You could be 60 and still be a youngin. So the youngins that are just coming into this, when they come to us and try to tell us something, it's hard to explain to them that XYZ and XYZ, right? They take what I do and say that I don't care and that I don't know as much as they do, because I don't care to bust out my full library of books, right? Because like I said, during that growing process that we had to go through, I know this happened for me. I was in the back. I was by myself, practically, mentally, emotionally, physically raised myself, because people just could not understand the things that I understood. And I was by myself. So you know what I did? I stayed in my room and I read hundreds and hundreds of books to understand how to articulate the things that God already dropped inside of me. Right? So just a quick understanding real quick, a little quick side quest, if you will. You don't have to know anything. Of course, you study to show yourself approved, but the things that you know are already inside of you. You already know everything that you need to know. Books, study, and words are just to point you to the right direction and to awaken your memory to go, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Every time I read a book, I'm like, oh, I already knew this, but the words that they use made it easier for me to understand how I knew it. Right? So again, I'm talking to God's seasoned, tired, soon to be at the front of the line, soon going from being the tail to being the head kids. Right? Like I said, we was in the back, we was humble. It's time for us to do our big one. Right? So by ourselves, learning and studying, isolated. And like I said, a lot of the youngins, they come to us with stuff. Did you know this? Did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? Did you hear about that? And we been there, done that. Let me give y'all a little story. When I was growing up, I was the person who was sounding the alarm about the Illuminati, about Diddy, about all of this stuff. And I was treated like I wasn't even a human being, because people didn't want to hear it. And I know that's happened to a lot of us. I gratefully escaped having to be put on the medications, because I knew what to say. I knew what they wanted to hear to keep me out of that situation. But I know there's a lot of God's kids that went through that. I am so sorry. I love you all. And you guys have a strength inside of you that you don't even fully comprehend yet, but you're about to understand. You're about to understand what you're actually capable of. That's what I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you that as a word drop down. You who have gone through, who have felt it, who have been alone, isolated, you're about to know what you are fully capable of. Because let me just give you this right here. You didn't understand how amazing you were, because the things that God gave to you, the gifts and the talents that you had, were just a part of who you were as a person. So you couldn't understand that when you walk into rooms, people are looking at you like, how do they do that? How do they know that? How do they know how to do that? How does this person do all these amazing things? What type of person is this? What a peculiar people. Do you hear what I said? What a peculiar people. Right? Because they couldn't understand. And you, out of innocence, out of joy, out of peace, out of love, just trying to bring everybody into it. Hey guys, look. Oh, for myself, did you know your aura is blue? Wow, you have a purple aura. I didn't know everybody couldn't not see aura. And you know what they did? They demonized me. Oh, that's the devil. That's this, that's that, that's this. Now I know. Now I know. I'm at the place, like I said, can't nobody take it from me. I know that I know that I know that I know who put it in me. I know why it's there. I'm up now. I'm ready to do my big one. Y'all ready to do your big one too? Like I said, you're about to know exactly why, who, what, where. It's all coming through. That revelation, because when you really break it down and you understand that new heaven and that new earth, the kingdom is nigh. But every time we say the kingdom is nigh, where is the kingdom? The kingdom is in you. So when we say the kingdom is nigh, that means that the kingdom that is in me is about to show up at your house. It's about to show up at your door. I got real serious on that last piece. I was feeling that in my soul, y'all. I was feeling that deep in my soul. But the point I'm trying to make is, again, it's not that you don't know. It's that you already have been there, done that. You're at a place where, again, I'm not trying to hurt the youngins. We love y'all too. You belong in the fold. You have your work to do too. We understand things that we could teach you to get you where you need to go. I know that God created me for those who didn't have a place. I understood things about the Bible to where pastors would kick me out of church because they would be like, how do you know that? I've read the Bible 100 times and I didn't even know that verse was in there. How do you at 11 know that that verse is in the Bible? How do you know about the esoteric meanings of these things? I'm off. It's drying up. God gonna bring me back when the time is right. I love you all. Do whatever it is that you do to keep you strong. Whether you pray, you meditate, you fast, whatever you do to keep you strong, you go do that. I love you. Have a good night.